Let's start from the beginning. Mr. Mitchell, how long had you been working at the facility before the incident?
Barely 3 weeks. I was the new guy, still figuring things out, getting to know the maze of the facility. The secrecy surrounding the project was stifling. I wasn't even told exactly what we were guarding.
What were you told about SCP-173?
On my first day, they handed me this packet. Inside were protocols for different SCPs. SCP-173's was the thickest. It said to maintain direct eye contact at all times and never blink. The thing was unable to move if at least one person was observing it. Allowing it to move would be fatal. I remember laughing. It sounded like some sort of prank they played on the newbies.
But then you saw the footage.
Yeah, during one of my training sessions, they showed us archival videos. Most were mundane, routine checks and such. But then there was this one. You could see guards, veterans by the looks of them, surrounding SCP-173, eyes fixed on it. One of them blinked just for a fraction of a second. That was all it took. The aftermath was like nothing I'd ever seen. That's when the gravity of what we were dealing with hit me.
Fast forward to the night of the containment breach. What happened that night?
Everything was normal, another dull night. Then, out of nowhere, the alarms went off. Red lights, blaring sirens, the works. The voice over the intercom was urgent, almost panicked. Containment breach of SCP-173. My heart sank. Every horror I had seen in that footage rushed back. And the worst part? I was stationed near its containment area.
What did you do?
Panic set in. Protocol dictated that we establish visual contact immediately. I set out with 2 other guards, Thompson and Rodriguez.
Were they familiar with SCP-173?
More than I was. Thompson had been there for over 5 years, Rodriguez for 3. They'd trained, practiced, even drilled for situations like this, but never actually experienced one. We rushed towards the containment room. That's where we heard it, a scraping sound, like cement grinding against the floor. Each step felt like an eternity. The noise grew louder, echoing through the corridors, playing tricks on my mind. I reached an intersection, took a deep breath, and shone my flashlight down one of the hallways. Nothing. We proceeded cautiously, flashlights darting in every direction, trying to cover as much ground as possible, while also trying to keep SCP-173 in sight. But the damn thing, it's unnaturally fast and deceptive. One moment, it's there in the corner of your eye. Blink, and it's somewhere else.
And the encounter?
It was swift, and it was brutal. We found ourselves in a larger chamber, probably an old storage area. The room had multiple exits, which meant more chances for SCP-173 to slip in or out. Thompson was the first to spot it directly across the room. We all fixed our gaze on it, but then Rodriguez's flashlight flickered and went out. He cursed, smacking it to get it to work again. But that momentary distraction was all it took. SCP-173 appeared right behind him. We heard a snap, and Rodriguez went down. Thompson and I kept our eyes glued to SCP-173, inching back towards the door. But it was like it knew that we were vulnerable. Thompson was next. He whispered to me to keep looking at it, while he retrieved a backup light from his belt. But the second his gaze shifted, SCP-173 was on. Now it was just me and that thing. I was certain that was the end. My eyes burned from keeping them open for so long. My body shook with fear. Any second, I was sure I would blink, and that would be it. As I felt the water streaming down my face, and the burning in my eyes intensified, something unexpected happened. SCP-173 moved.
What?
I know it shouldn't be possible. What I saw went against everything I was told about SCP-173. It slowly arched its head, leaned forward, and moved closer to me. Every instinct in my body screamed to run, but I was paralyzed with fear. As it approached, it made a sound. Not quite a growl, not a whisper, but a low, guttural noise. It leaned in, its painted face inches from mine, the sound getting louder. It tilted its head as if examining me or maybe hearing something I couldn't. It felt like it was seeing into my soul. It was terrible. Overwhelmed, I cowered, covering my face with my arms, waiting for the inevitable. Moments felt like hours. When I finally dared to look, it was gone.
Mr. Mitchell, I need to inform you of something. We've thoroughly reviewed the surveillance footage from that night. According to the tapes, SCP-173 did not, in fact, move while you were maintaining eye contact with it. The tapes show it remained perfectly still until you covered your face.
I'm telling you, I saw it move. This wasn't a figment of my imagination. It moved. I'm sure of it.
Why do you think it spared you?
I wish I knew. Did it have some sort of twisted sense of mercy? Did it understand fear? Or perhaps there's some other force at play, one that even SCP-173 respects or fears. Whatever the reason, it left an indelible mark on me. Every blink, every moment of darkness feels like a potential end. Why did it let me go? And will it be so merciful next time?
What did you do after the incident?
I've taken some time off. I needed to reflect on things, find some semblance of peace after what I saw. The facility offered counseling, but no therapy can erase what's etched in your memory.
And how do you spend your days now?
I've taken up a new hobby. It's the only thing that seems to take my mind off that night, even if it's just for a little while. I started sculpting. There's something therapeutic about molding and shaping, controlling the medium when you feel everything else is out of control.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Mitchell. We'll be in touch again soon.
Animated horror stories. The Midnight Station.